Alright, if you have a previous asset, and let's just say in this scenario we are modifying that, so I'm just going to hide the previous asset. Here's the new asset. It's a smaller horse, it's a pony, and we want to reuse many of the accessories and tack from the previous horse, and they've already been they had their skin weights done, so we don't want to redo all that work. I'm just going to go to bind pose for this quickly. Okay, so that looks correct. Okay, so we don't want to redo all that work. So I've imported the previous horse, but you can see it's much bigger. Shift H. Okay, so if I'm going to hide it now again. If I just take that blanket and I click on the new blanket and I say skin, copy skin weights, in theory, just just shooting from the hip, that seems correct. But if we press play, you'll see it's very distorted and all weird. Okay, so let's go back and undo that. Undo skin weights. Yeah, just go back to bind pose again. What we should do is Shift H show all. Okay, I want to grab the locator and just scale the locator down. It doesn't change anything else other than just the locator. Okay, so we get the size roughly the same. Okay, now you can hide it all again, just so it's not in the way. Choose the original blanket, choose the new blanket, and we go skin, copy skin weights. Now when we press play, it doesn't distort as badly. We're going to have to do some fixes because the weight painting was done for the Mustang and not for the Shetland, so the Shetland pony's got a bit more of a rounder torso and rib cage. Its belly and just general abdomen is larger. But alright, so that's just something to keep in mind if you want to copy skin weights across. Just make sure the sizes are the same. And before I brought in the previous asset, I just added in a prefix, which is temp. I believe that's on general editors. Namespace, not a prefix. I added a namespace. So, yeah, you just in your previous FBX file, you just go and create a namespace. It adds this in front of all the assets, the bones, everything, and save that as FBX and then bring it in. That way it doesn't interfere with your current bones. When it copies the weights across, it seems to not break, considering that these bones all have this namespace on it. Just double check that your bones, because I did bind this blanket before I did I copied the weights across, so that's just something naturally that you do before you copy any weights across, is that you do bind the asset to the skeleton. It's just an auto bind, auto skinning, and then you copy the weights across. But let's just go have a look at the weights and we'll see that it's all still skinned to the original bones. It hasn't got the namespace temp in front of those bones. Alright, so yep, main lesson here is just make sure that using the locator, if your bones has a locator on it, just scale it down to be the same size, because if you copy the skin weights across, it won't work if it's not. And at this stage, at this point, I will then go and make modifications to the mesh and to the skin weights, just so that it doesn't clip like we're seeing here. Okay, alright, hope that helps. Take care.